Okay, what circumstances are needed in order to make alts decouple from Bitcoin? Let's go to Forrest.
Yeah, let me pull up altcoin market cap chart real quick. Altcoin dominance, rather, not market cap. Yeah, so we're seeing some of the fundamental catalysts already with Ethereum going to proof of stake, Ethereum 2.0 in towards the end of this year, if not potentially early next year. We've also got, let me take off the logarithmic, right? EIP 1559. So we've got the fundamentals of the second largest cryptocurrency out there, Ethereum, improving vastly faster than the fundamentals of Bitcoin, right? Actually, the fundamentals behind Bitcoin are kind of difficult to change because they're dependent kind of on the macroeconomic situation. And the macroeconomic situation has really never been better for Bitcoin with like what I've talked about earlier, inflation and the printing of money. What I'm looking at right now is altcoin market cap. And this is a chart that I personally use over time to show whether or not altcoins, or this is altcoin dominance, whether or not altcoins are in a bubble or not. So we've got our kind of trend line, and this is a very line of best fit, middle of the road trend line. I'm not trying to capture the bottom of the data, right? Because I'm not looking for an entry point here. I'm looking for deviations from the mean, if you will, right? So right now, altcoin dominance or altcoins are kind of in a bubble. However, I would expect over time, right, that altcoin dominance is going to rise because there's only one Bitcoin and there's constantly a flood of more solid altcoin projects coming into the space. So if we just draw this long-term trend line out to maybe 2030 over the next 10 years, we actually see altcoin dominance potentially rising to about 80% as the mean, as the standard, right? And yes, there will absolutely be deviations along the way. But I think ultimately, as the space grows rapidly, it's very young. We have tons of altcoin projects coming onto the market. Does that mean Bitcoin's going to shrink in terms of market cap and die out? Not necessarily. But I think the just by sheer volume of the number of good altcoin projects and utility that they provide, it's just going to start overshadowing and taking over Bitcoin in terms of market dominance. We're going to see altcoin dominance just naturally start to rise over time because it's not just Ethereum anymore as the major altcoin. We've got thousands of altcoins, hundreds that are actually probably good use cases. So I think it's just going to happen naturally over time. I'm not so certain that it's going to just be all of a sudden off the charts and we're just going to see everything decouple from Bitcoin all at once. I think it'll be more of a gradual thing.
All right. Thank you, Forrest. Bill, any quick comments on that?
Yes, certainly. So I think the key for altcoins moving in a different direction or different manner than Bitcoin is going to be a function of DeFi 2.0 and everything following Ethereum as Ethereum reprices itself versus Bitcoin. So this is the Ethereum 2-week chart. 44 is a big number in Gann analysis, so half of that, 22, would also be important. July of 2021 is 22 2-week bars away from when DeFi first started, really ripping higher in August of 2020. Now, I think ETH is going to start taking off within the next month. So Ethereum versus Bitcoin has the potential to go dramatically higher. When Ethereum versus Bitcoin moves, that's when you'll see this sort of separation where instead of everything following Bitcoin, it follows ETH. The key is ETH has to be repriced versus Bitcoin, and there's a huge argument, both charts and otherwise, for ETH to do really well.
All right. Thank you, Bill. I mean, that gets me thinking. Maybe we're getting closer and closer to that flippening, right? Because somebody asked me that same thing at the meetup. When do I expect Ethereum to flip Bitcoin? Now, in the past, I said I would not be surprised by the end of the decade, basically 2030. But things are going a lot faster than that. I mean, I would say, honestly, in 1 to 2 years, I would not be surprised. Right? If 1 year from now, if Ethereum becomes ultrasound money, becomes deflationary, becomes more scarce than Bitcoin, and development activity and DeFi keeps on going up, I would not be surprised if Ethereum flipped Bitcoin in 1 year. Very, very hot take. I know that Bitcoin might like it, but I mean, it's happening. The proof is in the data.
Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.